What's up there, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. It's another Inside the Cover day, and I do want to apologize. We've been a little quiet over the last week. It's been a crazy week, both for myself and Bill. I haven't even been able to do any shows independently here, but here's one. This weekend I finally gotten around to reading a couple books that we could bring to your attention. Bill and I are getting together really soon, so we should have some episodes going forward that will feature the both of us. So anyway, today, Inside the Cover, we're going to take a look at a very cool issue of the Avengers that I got fairly recently. It's issue number 53, The Big Battle with the X-Men. What a great cover, right? Look at that. The two sides fighting each other. You got Angel in the middle. Usually when you see, someone in the middle and he's kind of like, wait, why are you guys fighting? Something's amiss, right? So in other words, they should not be fighting. But they are. So again, we got Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, the Beast, Angel in the middle. On the Avengers side, you got the Wasp, Giant Man or Goliath, Hawkeye, and Black Panther. Where's Captain America, you might say, or might ask. Well, we'll get to that. So this, of course, this particular issue is from 1968. Stan Lee, editor, Roy Thomas, writer, John Buscema, artist, and George Tuska, inker, Artie Simic, the letterer. So as we start it all off, this kind of picks up from issue 45 of the X-Men. So here we've got, it looks like Cyclops and Quicksilver have been battling. All right, so of course now a fresh new member, Black Panther, has joined the ranks of the Avengers. You got Hawkeye, Wasp, and Giant Man kind of looking over like, hey, what's going on here? Cyclops is like, the Avengers. Of course, Clint Barton always one for throwing in funny stuff. Let's just say it ain't the Strawberry Alarm Clock. Anybody know who the Strawberry Alarm Clock is? It was a band from the 60s. Look it up. Look, there's Cyclops standing over the fallen Pietro. But why? There should be no reason for you to fire Hawkeye unless the youth before us resists. So, like, something's got to be going on. But meanwhile, Cyclops thinks that the Avengers are, like, secretly, like, robots of Magneto, and they're not the real Avengers. So that's why the battle commences here, because the Avengers just want to find out why he's standing over Quicksilver, and Cyclops thinks that they're imposters. So they start fighting. Of course, Panther gets into it here. Hawkeye's bow and arrow get the ray comes out of Cyclops' visor there. Then he starts getting into it with Giant Man or Goliath, whatever they're calling him at the time being. So this fight's going on, but then Cyclops is wondering, it's like, wow, they kind of fight like the real Avengers. What's going on here? But can I trust them? All right. So next, we go see some guy, military guy up flying, doing a little practice run there, and of course flying right by goes Angel. So now we're going back in time, right? So now this is before the events we just saw. So Angel is going to Avengers Mansion because he's got something he wants to alert them to. So he shows up, they start interrogating him, what's been going on. He talks about stuff happening with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and Magneto's involved, and so on and so forth. So he's got the Avengers riled up. So like, let's go find out what's going on here. All right, so they go get into their little ship there. I always love these old T-shirt ads. Like I said, when I was a kid, and I started buying these comics, or acquiring them and buying them, in the very early 70s. I used to see these T-shirt ads. I'm like, where can I get those T-shirts? They look great. And my parents were like, yeah, we're not buying you that. Sorry, kid. So then, as they're in the Avengers craft, the Wasp finds this hidden transmitter in the Eagle's wing. So they automatically assume that he is probably also working with Magneto, because they know that Magneto and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, some kind of alliance is forming there. They're not so happy about it. Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch don't really know, like, do we side with the mutants? Do we side with the regular humans, right? So Angel's trying to tell him, no, I'm not working with Magneto. And they're like, well, until we know for sure, we've got to, we're going to tie you up, leave you here in the craft. So then we go into they get to this island. And of course, there is Magneto and the Toad. And there's some great dialogue here between Magneto and the Toad. You brainless, cowering Caliban, don't you realize that I desired them to find it? So in other words, the Toad is saying, oh, but they found the transmitter. Oh, master, but what if your ingenious plan fails? After all, they found the monitor I planted on the Angel before we let escape. Now they and the X-Men, who might otherwise be allies, will be at each other's throats. So Magneto's like, it's all in my plans, you little idiot. So then, of course, the Scarlet Witch is there. She's thinking here, I don't really know what to do here. Whose side should we be on? But also, her powers have been tempered by Magneto. So the Toad's like, I don't like this master, and he's basically telling him what to do, and he just smacks him around. You spineless gargoyle. I can stand no more of your mealy-mouthed whining. Why do you always strike me, master? I, who alone am truly loyal to your cause. I, who have stood by you all when the others proved faithless. Because I don't need your loyalty, fool. What can your frog-like powers avail me? I've kept you around because you are laughingly... What does it say? Because you are so laughingly, fawningly pitiful. You can tell where this is all going, right? Because he's just like, at every juncture, he's, making fun of the Toad and just tell him how worthless he is. So then when they get on the island, now all of a sudden you got the Avengers themselves are like bickering with each other. So Hawkeye and Goliath are going at it, and then the Panther gets involved. He's trying to tell him to stop, and then so all this goes back and forth. The Wasp finally gets them to stop, because of course they got no leader, right? Because Captain America kind of just took off for a bit. We'll probably talk more about that later on. But so they really don't have a de facto leader at this point. So that's why they're all kind of like bickering with each other. Who should lead? I'm not going to listen to you, so on and so forth. So here Magneto then talks. He's in his lair. He talks about how this is his whole plan to get rid of the X-Men. He's going to use the Avengers, even though he doesn't really have a horrible beef with the Avengers. He has fought them before, so he goes, why not, instead of dealing with them directly, let me have them destroy each other, right? So that's kind of the plan. And so then we see that Cyclops has found the other hidden, or they were captured by Magneto. So there's the Beast, there's Jean Grey, and there's Iceman. All right, so now they realize that the Avengers are here. We should team up with them and go after Magneto. But Magneto's got this mind control machine. That's what he's kind of showing the Toad right there. Now all of a sudden he gets the machine going. Now they're like, oh, the Avengers are here. We must destroy them, right? So now they're being controlled. And here we go. The battle of the century commences. Kill them, kill the Avengers. So of course they all kind of pair up, right? So we've got the Beast and Black Panther going at it. You got Hawkeye and Iceman going at it. And then you've got, once again, Cyclops going at it with Goliath. So as you can see, things go back and forth, back and forth. You've got the Wasp going against Jean Grey. What do I call her at this point in time? Marvel Girl. That's right. Lame name. All right. So it goes back and forth. Now the Avengers it looks like they're going one up, right? So Magneto's like, this looks like it's all going to plan, but then who breaks in? The Angel. So Angel got out of it, but I thought that they tied you up. He goes, yeah, I got out of it. So he goes and he's on the attack. He attacks Magneto. He attacks the Toad, and then the Avengers come busting through and basically tell Magneto, because he can't believe that they're not still fighting, that basically they knew all along that he was behind everything. So this whole battle that the X-Men and the Avengers have been having, they've just been kind of play fighting. So the whole plan was that they were going to let Magneto think that they were all under control and fighting each other to the death, when in actuality they just put on a ruse for to fool him. And so basically now the Toad is like, oh my God, my master is so stupid. Why am I siding with him? So he basically goes and pulls this switch to blow up the island, right? And then Quicksilver and Wanda and the Toad go escape in this other ship. Magneto tries to go and jump on the ship with them, but this particular ship was made of non-metallic parts, and he did that on purpose. And now he can't actually grab onto the ship or stop it from going anywhere. And the Toad, he goes to jump in, the Toad smashes his hand, and out goes Magneto flying out of the ship down towards the rocks below. Kaboom! And then you see Magneto's helmet just kind of floating around. while the rest of the X-Men and Avengers just kind of like try to help each other up and wonder if we've seen the last of Magneto, and that's kind of how it ends there. So Wanda, the Toad, and Quicksilver go off on their own, and the rest of the Avengers and X-Men are left behind, and they give you a little preview for the next issue. It says the new Masters of Evil coming up in the next issue, and I believe we have already done it inside the cover on that particular one. That includes the new Masters of Evil, which is the Melter, the Claw, Radioactive Man, the Whirlwind, and the Black Knight, plus the Sinister Crimson Cowl. So, yeah. So that is inside the cover of Avengers 53, a very cool issue. Let us know what you think of this particular issue down in the comments below. If you've read it, what do you think of it? If it's something you look like you're going to want to go get. This one is fairly pricey out there, but you can get it for, not too much money. But really good one. This one's in really good shape. But I don't know what... my guess, I would probably... there's a little bit of writing on the cover up here, which you can just barely see. But this is probably a good solid 2.5 or 3 as far as a rating on it goes. But yeah, really good as far as the condition goes. But really good, fun book. Great cover. Always love these double-sided things where you get the two forces colliding, right? So many good ones. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts, and please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to the Sea of Tranquility merch page where you can go get some cool comic book geezer stuff. We got a cool shirt. This is the Sea of Tranquility shirt, but we have a comic book geezer shirt, and we got a coffee mug too. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you real soon here with more stuff for Wild Bill. I'm Pete Pardo. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.